Aurelia de la Cruz's body was found at the entrance to her mountain village in southern Mexico. She'd been beaten and shot dead. Her baby boy was crying alongside her. To her indigenous Tlapanec community, her murder was a shock, but not a surprise. She was one of 14 women murdered in her chain of mountain communities last year. None of the murderers have been brought to justice. Aurelia's mother, Francisca, was told of her daughter's killing in a 5 a.m. phone call from the police.
When they found her, she was covered in blood and completely naked, badly beaten and finally shot to death. They only found her quickly in the dark because of her baby boy's screams. Her son had survived and was still trying to feed at her breast.
The murder of women is a chronic problem in rural Mexico. Many people here blame a culture of machismo, saying it takes precedence over federal law. 120 women are estimated to be murdered in Guerrero every year. That figure is climbing, and 95% of those killings go unsolved. Here in Tlapa, the authorities have issued a red alert. That's been welcomed by local activists, who say it's the first step towards tackling the problem. Navy Trino is a human rights lawyer at the Tlachinolan Human Rights NGO, an organization battling femicide in southern Mexico.
Pre-Hispanic culture has always given more importance to males, and when it comes to marriage, daughters are traditionally bought and sold by uniting families. A husband will therefore often feel himself the owner of his wife, a mentality that drastically changes societal attitudes towards domestic violence.
Julieta Fernandez is a federal congresswoman for Guerrero State and says tackling femicide means steady cultural education.
It's about breaking the cycle of violence. When society accepts a husband beating his wife as normal, future generations will not change this behavior. We have started adult education programs to teach these communities using empathy, and we find most success through appealing to men over the direct effects their actions have on their own children.
For the families who've lost loved ones, that change cannot come soon enough.
I have a lot of sadness. I have been left completely alone. I can't provide for my grandchildren, and they remind me daily of my daughter.
Today, a small roadside monument marks where Aurelia's body was found. It's one of many throughout these remote mountain communities where relatives of the dead suffer in silence through what many call a cultural crime. Alasdair Baverstock, TRT World, Guerrero State.